Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and in this one I want to share with you some handy tips to take on Magnamalo. He is a fearsome monster, and in the demo he is no joke. You have an incredibly short time limit, 15 minutes, and he hits like a megaton truck. In fact, he hits like a truck being driven by a Devil Joe, and in the back of the truck is a Basil Geese, Zora Magdaros, and every single damn massive Elder Dragon you've ever seen. He hits hard. He's going to one-shot you with some of the moves, he'll two-shot you with other moves. Basically, you're going to die a lot. But in this video, I want to give you 8 handy tips to tackle this monster, some things that you will definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of to get the most out of your hunts. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. How do you like fighting Magnamalo? Honestly, I think he's a fantastic monster. He has some very cool looking moves. I really like the way that he behaves. But let's get started. So, tip number 1 is to take full advantage of Hellblight. Now, Hellblight is a new blight in Monster Hunter Rise that comes specifically from Magnamalo, and initially, on the surface, it behaves in a similar manner to Blast, in that you basically get it applied to you, and then if you don't sort of shake it off, it'll explode and it'll deal some damage. So you might think to yourself, well, hold on a minute, that sounds like Blast. Where this differs, however, is that you can actually use this offensively to your advantage. Now, obviously, if it's applied to you, you can just roll like you would any other blight and get rid of it. But if you want to use this to deal some damage, what you want to do is if you wirebug dash, you will not only get rid of the blight, but you will actually leave a flaming orb in the map, in the sort of zone. And if Magnamalo collides with this, it will deal damage. It deals a flat 50 damage in the demo, but more importantly, and the reason you want to take advantage of this is because the very first time in the hunt he collides with this, it is a guaranteed knockdown. No questions, no matter how angry he is, the first time he hits this, he will get knocked over, which of course, from a damage point of view, gives you an amazing window. So to use this properly, what you want to do is, of course, if you get hit by Hellblight and you have that purple flaming icon above your health bar, what you then want to do is make sure you have a wirebug charge, put your weapon away. This does not work if you use Silkbind moves. You have to put your weapon away, and you then want to dash with your wirebug. In doing so, you will see that you lose the blight and it's left behind you. Now, you can just place this like a mine somewhere in the arena, but if you want to get the most out of it, what you really want to do is try and read Magnamalo and sort of anticipate him about to jump forwards, drop it in front of him, he'll hit it, get knocked over, and you can use that for damage. So tip number 1, use Hellblight for that guaranteed knockdown. Tip number 2, take advantage of Blast Toads. In a very similar manner to Hellblight, if you can find Blast Toads on the map, there is one located near the very top of the map on the way to basically where he spawns, but you can also find them on different locations. Don't forget you can check the map to find out where they're located. Blast Toads, in a similar manner to Hellblight, will also guarantee a knockdown on Magnamalo. Now keep in mind you do need to place them and account for the time they take to explode, so you do want to use this sensibly. I would suggest waiting until he either performs a move where you know he is not going to move for a moment, or maybe just wait till he's jumped somewhere and you've then got that opening. But the point is, if you place down a Blast Toad, again, it's a guaranteed knockdown, giving you plenty of opportunities for damage. Number 3, make sure you grab the additional traps from the base. Whether you're playing solo or whether you're playing in a group, being able to lock him down in traps is of course again another fantastic opening for damage, but more importantly it is also a good way to slow him down because he does get pretty angry and he gets what we like to call the zoomies. He basically runs around like a madman. So if you use the traps in that situation, it is a good way to basically keep him locked down. And obviously if you're playing in multiplayer like we have been, then you can sync up with everybody and basically just keep him locked in place for quite some time. So definitely take full advantage of those spare traps. Tip number 4 is to take full advantage of the Thunder Beetle. Of course, some of the new endemic life located around the maps, they allow you to inflict elemental blights on monsters. And the Thunder Beetle is the one where when you throw it on the monster, then any attack from your weapon will deal KO damage to the monster's head. So even if you are a Blade Master and you're using something like a Longsword, Dual Blade, something that doesn't necessarily do KO damage from its regular hits, this will allow you to stack that KO damage. And of course, if you use this in conjunction with something like a trap, put him in a pitfall trap, then throw this on him and then wail on his head, you should be able to get a guaranteed KO at least once during your hunt. And of course, if you do this in a trap, it stays down for a pretty long time, giving you again another great window for damage. On top of that, tip number 5 is to use the Snow Beetle. This one you will find near the beginning of the Shrine Ruins. This one is great because when you apply this blight to Magnamalo or to any monster, it will slow them down. And again, if you go back to what we mentioned a minute ago, when he gets the zoomies and he goes basically like vibrant, flaming, pinky, purpley, then he starts getting real aggressive, and a lot of moves will just wipe you out. So if you throw this on him during this stage, it will slow him down. Some of the animations will not be quite so fast, so it gives you good windows for damage, good windows just to escape. If you happen to get hit, you might not get comboed quite as quickly. Next up, tip number 6, of course, when you're actually in the fight, you want to be focusing on the glowing parts of his body, whether that be his arms, his tail, or if he's knocked over, his back, and also at times his face. If you can deal enough damage to these locations, in a similar manner to, say, when you were fighting No Gigante, if you dealt enough damage to his spines and you broke them, it would also knock him over. Similar thing to Magnamalo, they do take quite a lot of damage, so you might be wailing on them for quite some time. But if you focus on the flaming regions on him, then while it does put you in harm's way, it does also set you up for another potential knockdown. Next up, tip number 7, take full advantage of the mounting and the wyvern riding in the demo. Don't forget that, of course, if you do happen to wyvern ride on a monster, you can then deal damage to another monster. And in this demo, there is Mizutsune and Rathian in the map. So it may well be that when Magnamalo is moving around, he may well go into an area where another monster is located. If you then happen to use either the puppet spider or just he happens to attack them, then you can often jump on the back of something like a Rathian or a Mizutsune to use them to deal some additional damage to Magnamalo. Some of the damage you can do from some of those attacks is pretty meaty, so don't sleep on this. And then finally, in number 8, of course, if you are struggling, then do consider taking a moment at the beginning of the hunt to get some SPIRIBIRDS and also the ADAMANT seed. Located very near the beginning of the map, there is an ADAMANT seed which you can of course use to bolster your defense. And then while you don't want to spend too long collecting things, because of course you do not have too long in this quest, you only have 15 minutes, if on your way to Magnamalo you can take a sensible detour, then you can pick up a few defense, health and attack SPIRIBIRDS to again give you a better chance. So, for the time being, that is it. Those are 8 tips that should hopefully help you take on Magnamalo in this demo. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Let me know what you think of this monster. And of course, keep it locked for plenty more. If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269, Paradise Central and Invest More streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.